Go ahead and smash that like button for these dope clips for today. Let's get right into it.
Elon Musk says that we're living in a simulation. We're in a video game being controlled by higher beings, and we're all just like in Super Mario Brothers.
Yes. Wish I had a good argument against that hypothesis, and I do not.
The LHC, the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland, experimented it. They smashed atoms together, peered into the tiniest particles of reality, and what did they find? Clues that our world isn't as solid as we think. See, life is like a game, a simulation. Just like in a video game, the environment only loads when the player moves. Reality works the same way. Right now, your house, my house, they're not solid. They exist as waves of potential until we look at them. The moment we turn the corner and see them, bam, they pop back into existence. It's in the double-slit experiment. It showed that particles behave differently when they're observed, like they know they're being watched. Reality shifts the moment you pay attention. But here's where it gets even weirder. Professor James Gates discovered something mind-blowing: Adinkra codes, ancient symbols used by the Dogon people. When these codes are transformed into 3D, they reveal error-correcting codes, the same kind used in search engines and web browsers. Think about that. The same codes that keep websites running are woven into the fabric of space and time. That makes it much more than a theory. The LHC cracked the code. We're in a simulation. The question is, who's running it?
This is just a theory, not a fact.
A lot of people.
That was deep. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. Y'all let me know. What do y'all think? Do we live in a simulation? To me, I feel like we do. For real. It's almost like we on repeat, you know? It's crazy. But yeah, y'all leave a comment, man. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. Hey, I ain't gonna. I had a werewolf for the first time a while ago. They're good, but after seeing that, it's like, dang. I guess there's really some bad stuff in there. That's wild. Now I don't know if y'all can tell, but my mic sounded like a lot better, right? I don't know. I was using that other mic. I started to realize I was looking at my videos and my mic wasn't sounding too good, so we using this now. Hey man, y'all go ahead and hit that like button if y'all enjoying this video.
The reptilian story, according to the Zulu, part 1, the Chitauri. Before kings, before pyramids, before written words, they came. The sky cracked open with fire. Thunder roared like war drums, and from the heavens descended the Chitauri, the sky serpents. Not gods, not demons, something older. They brought light, but also chains. Their tongue spoke flame and control, and with a glance they stole from humans what made us divine. Our memory, our power, our voice. They crowned themselves lords of earth, forced mankind to build, to worship, to kneel. Under their rule, fear became law. Symbols of serpents and dragons bled into every tribe. But not all forgot. In the shadows of mountains and caves, a few remembered the time before the fall and began to whisper. The Chitauri had given us order, but stolen our freedom. And somewhere in the blood of slaves, the spark of rebellion still burned. Follow and comment for part 2. The reptilian story.
That's crazy, man.
Well, I'm going to speak about the
It made me wonder, like, how did that really,
fact that
How
in
did
that
it-
time,
how did it really happen, you know? How did we let this species take over our planet? They are spraying the sky with poison, and here is the proof you have been waiting for. Let's check this out.
We see in the sky on a regular basis these long white trails that do not dissipate. They actually form artificial clouds and block the sun is an express goal of geoengineers.
The contrails, not the chemicals, the contrails occur because of cold air, minus 30. It takes high altitude, around 30,000 feet plus. There's carbon dioxide and water vapor in that exhaust. That turns to ice crystals, and that's what you see, the white stream behind it. Those white crystals of ice warm up, dissolve, and the smoke goes away. And it never lasts more than a minute. What we're seeing now, and I first could not believe it, and I started looking at the skies, and these are not normal. They're not natural.
I'm here to give you testimony that chemtrails are indeed real. They're spraying almost every day. I watch the clouds and watch the spraying program going on. I want to tell you that we're in very great danger from the pollution that's coming down over us. And we've been led astray by the military-industrial complex, and they're responsible for the clouds' creation and weather manipulation programs. They're dark operations. That's why they're not out in the media.
There's a huge amount of aluminum being found because these sprays have aluminum, strontium, barium, manganese, and there's a lot of argument that aluminum is very common to be found, but aluminum is only common in a bonded form. It's not common in a free form, and we're finding high rates of free aluminum in the soil, which is not natural.
Wow, man. You know, they don't miss a beat. They do it every day. Every day. Now you do have your days when the sky is clear, and that's when you want to be outside because the sun be beaming. Man, I can't wait till it get back hot.
Did you know that the hair is connected to the organs, and where you are balding shows what organs are blocked? Balding on the sides, that means your kidney and bladder is blocked. The balding at the front, that means your lungs are blocked. In the middle shows that your heart and liver is blocked. In the back shows your intestines are blocked. This is due to an accumulation of waste and toxins. That doesn't mean that if you have healthy hair, you're totally healthy, because disease can manifest in a number of ways. You may have heart disease. This is just a chart to show you how your hair is linked to your organs. Each part of the body is a mirror. If you're interested in taking a cleanse, I would suggest to read my book, Alkaline Awakening.
Put me in here.
Alright.
For all the people on TikTok that don't believe us, we got a different bowl with some different water, just a little bit of water in there. Like, we're in a different room. Same thing. Same light. Look, now show the light. Watch. What the fuck is this world? What the fuck? Is it something in our water? What is it?
Give us answers. Oh my god.
That's wild. That make me wonder what is in that water. That's crazy. It's like, I don't know. If I try that right now, I don't want to try. I don't want to get electrocuted or something. That's crazy though. Never know when this might come handy.
I'm going to show you how to make the Dakota fire hole. First, you want to dig a hole in the ground about a foot or a foot and a half deep. The deeper you dig, the more concealed your fire will be. Now you want to dig a second hole about a foot or so next to the first one. This is going to be the air intake hole, and for optimal airflow, you want it to be upwind of the fire hole. I'm going to use some milkweed to read the wind direction so I know where to dig. Dig the hole slanting downward toward the bottom of the fire hole, because we got to connect them underground. Dig as far as you can with your shovel, and then what I like to do is cut a stick with a slant at the bottom, and then pound it through with a bigger log. and then bore it out a little bit more to make it bigger. This hole doesn't have to be that big. And then start your fire. This fire is very efficient at burning wood. Once it gets hot, it creates very little smoke. This is a good fire to use in very windy conditions, which is why the Native Americans used it in the prairies, also to avoid grass fires. Very efficient way to cook food and heat water, and it's hard to see this fire from a distance if you need to hide.
Like I said, you never know when you might need that. That's dope. That's what's up.
Sharpest object in the world is actually soft and formless. Water. When pressurized to over 100 gigapascals and forced through a 0.05 millimeter nozzle, water transforms into the world's sharpest blade. This incredible water jet cutter is capable of slicing through fruit, breaking rocks, and even turning iron into a mushy paste. It can effortlessly penetrate multiple layers of bulletproof glass stacked together. Even the hardest material on Earth, the diamond, has to admit defeat when faced with this powerful force.
Yo. That's crazy. Water is... Man, water is crazy, right? It can drown you. It can help you. It can hydrate you. It's wild, man. It can kill you. Yo, water is something else, man. That's all I'm gonna say. For real. So this part is a little disturbing, but let's check it out. This is what would happen if you swipe your hand under the water jet?
Weird primal urge to swipe your hand under it as fast as you can and see how bad it would hurt.
Would be a slight score? Would it tear through your hand? Would your hand be gone? We shall know.
Today we're going to put these 3 ballistics gel hands through a series of tests, mainly involving the water jet, but a few others. And then we're going to x-ray them, and we're going to see what kind of damage is done to these poor guys. I'm quite impressed. There's even skin pattern on these. This poor specimen looks like he had fibromyalgia. Looks like we got a little osteoporosis going on here. Got some mesothelioma on this guy. So that's what that feels like. I'm 90% sure the saw stop will be activated by this. Okay, we're gonna start with a swipe.
Imagine I was adjusting something on the jet and accidentally slipped and went.
Yeah. Or you gave in to the primal urge and you just, you know, you risked it all.
You risked it all.
Interesting.
I wonder how that got out there, but...
Well, you'd be missing the tip of your finger. The bone would still be there.
For the most part, it even took a little chunk out of your bone right here. But your flesh would most definitely be either hanging off or gone.
Gonzo beans, as they say.
I should get a raise. And that was quick. I mean, I just swiped that through pretty fast.
So let's say you fell asleep.
And that's water, people. That's water doing that. Isn't that scary? That's crazy. How the water can get that powerful. Man.
And on the cutting table.
Correct. That happens all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I'm
No, it
always
doesn't.
getting drowsy out here. And you're just, your hand's sitting there and uh-oh, here comes the water jet as fast as it can move. And we'll see how bad that damage is. Oh, that's some damage.
Yeah, don't be drowsy while working a water jet, people. Yeah. It almost goes through the bone.
That's bad.
Rips the flesh off so easily.
Yikes. This is what the slow motion footage looks like. For some reason, it sprayed back and covered the entire camera lens.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do one final swipe test here across the palm.
Let's see this.
Medium
This
fast
is
speed.
crazy.
See how well it goes through the bones.
Oh my God.
It was honestly hard to move once I got it into here and it ripped its way out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like it got stuck right here and then it was like pushed down and stuck and you had to kind of rip it out this way.
Oh, that's an entire new terrifying factor that we never thought of.
Yeah, that the water actually grips onto your hand. You have to physically pull it through.
Oh, like it shoves you down and holds you there.
Yeah, you might want to just hold your hand there and wait for somebody to turn off the jet.
Oh.
You'd probably get less damage just waiting for somebody to turn off the jet and then trying to pull it out. It didn't go all the way through anywhere though. Oh, nope, right there. Right in the middle, it went all the way through the hand.
Oh, because that's where it got stuck.
Yep. Look at that. Oh, it's pulling apart. Like you can simply just... So don't mess with a water jet at kids' home.
Yep.
That's it.
That's what they say.
Wow.
Okay, now we got the clear ones. We're going to pierce right
All
here
right.
on the palm.
We get the point. We get the point. All right. All right. This video right here, just watch.
You there, second desk, blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you. Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
Social order?
To protect the person's personal rights. So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest? Why didn't any of you try and stop me? Why didn't you want to prevent this injustice? You see, what you have just learnt, you wouldn't have understood in 1,000 hours of lectures unless you lived it. You didn't say anything because you weren't affected yourself. And this attitude speaks against you and against life. You think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business. Well, I'm here to say, if you don't help bring about justice, then one day you too may experience injustice, and there will be nobody there to stand before you. Truth and justice lives through us all, and we must fight for it. Because in life and work, I mean, we often live next to each other, but not with each other. We console ourselves that the problems of others are nothing to do with us, none of our business. And we go home glad at night that we're spared, but it's about standing up for each other. Every day an injustice happens in business, sport, or on the tram. Relying on someone else to take care of it is not good enough. It is our duty to be there for others, to speak up for others when they cannot. I am here to teach you the power of your voice. I want you to learn critical thinking to empower you to stand up for what is right, even if it means going against what everyone else is doing. Let's begin.
Yo, this video is deep though, I ain't gonna lie. If you watch it with your third eye, you'll see what I mean. What if?
What if this planet really is a simulation, and that's why as souls we all have to leave every single night? What if we are like a game of Sims inside of this world, where if you ever played The Sims, you know you have to make your sim go to sleep, otherwise they physically cannot function. And I can't help but notice the similarities, how as humans we have to physically leave this earth for 5 to 8 hours every single night, and our spiritual selves, we have to take a break from these vessels before we could be transmitted back into the planet. And that got me thinking that this planet must be a simulation, otherwise where the heck are we going every single night before we get back? And what if the reason that we're having to come to this planet for 12 to 16 hours every single day is because we're here to evolve. And what if in order to evolve, we have to feel this illusion of separateness? Because if we were always connected to the all-knowing whole of everything, then we would already know everything all at once. But what if, in order to become more like God ourselves, we had to physically come here as an individual soul, feel the illusion of separateness, and individually evolve and ascend ourselves in our consciousness levels? What if the longer that we were on this planet, we realized everything, literally everything, is a lie? What if the people who seem the craziest are the ones who just realize what's going on? What if every time you dug deeper into any single topic on this planet, you found out that what's on the surface was a lie? What if you dug deep into astrology and realized it's not true because the Scorpio constellation only is large enough to have the sun pass through it for 7 or 8 days? And what if the Virgo constellation was so huge that the sun was moving through it for a month and a half? But what if you found out that astrology is still telling people that Scorpios are born for 30 days, even though the sun's only moving through Scorpio for 8 days? What if the financial world, as you know and understand it, is completely fraudulent? What if they just keep printing money and printing money and printing money and driving down the value of your already valueless dollar because it's not backed by gold and it's not backed by anything? What if they're lending out mortgages with no real actual money, but you're still on the line for the money that you have to contribute? What if that whole world was set to collapse and the only people who would pay for it were the people at the bottom who never participated in the fraudulent activity at all, but actually just got sent there to bail everybody out who was being fraudulent? And what if that was normalized because there's so little education on the banking system and what was going on that people just didn't have time in their busy lives to dig down to the root of all these causes of inflation and dig down to the root of all this fraudulent activity being done by the banks? What if in 2021 they succeeded at manipulating millions and billions of people to put something into their bodies that was harmful, transmissible, and could be potentially lethal for the next several years to come? And as quickly as they made it everyone's number one priority to think about in 2020 and 2021, once they had succeeded at injecting said thing into millions and billions of people, they wanted you to forget that it ever happened. Because what if they knew it was too late by that point? What if they knew they had already succeeded at doing what they were trying to do and now they're just letting the cards fall? What if all these people that are getting sick and dying and just dropping dead for no apparent reason, what if they all had the same root cause? What if all these health problems that could stem from anything from digestional issues to head problems to blood clots to strokes to myocarditis, what if all of those things had one root cause and it came from one simple thing that they convinced everybody to do and then wanted you to forget it ever happened super quickly so that they could evade blame? What if the pharmaceutical industry wasn't your friend at all? And in fact, what they really wanted to do was just create customers. What if suicide was skyrocketing right now because actually people are suffering neurological issues that stem from heavy metal toxicity? What if all you had to do was look up into the sky to find the source of where the heavy metals were coming from, and then it's getting into the air, the water, the food supply, the cattle, and it's getting into everything, the soil, everything? And what if people weren't educated enough to know that they have to remove all these toxic heavy metals from their body and from their brain, or it would have detrimental effects? What if all these suicides were just 100% preventable by detoxing? What if people understood the importance of detoxing rather than always feeling like you have to put something into your body? What if it's about how you have to pull something out of your body that was put in there in a way that shouldn't have happened to begin with? But what if people were just too busy to look up and to do something about what they saw in the sky? And what if all these problems have all these root causes that can ultimately be tracked back to two things: depopulation and profit? And what if the veil started to be lifted on this planet so quickly that the entire collective woke up and seen what was going on? Would that be enough to shift the frequency of the entire planet so that these things would not stand anymore? And what if instead of going on our phones and just complaining about it and agreeing that we're all upset about something, we actually just picked a day, a time, and a place to start removing people who were fraudulently placed in positions of power? What if we called their bluff and educated ourselves and said, we're not going to stand for this anymore? What would they do? What if all that was required of you as a soul was to simply see through the veil? What if all that was required of you as a soul was to simply evolve your own self to a high enough level that peace is the only thing that could prevail here? What if, as an entire collective global community, we all were operating so peacefully that war and genocide and famine could not exist here? And what if their next big plan, after they crash everyone financially, was really to hoard the most powerful resource in the world that everyone needs to survive, which is water? What if people like Bill Gates were already beating us to it because they were buying all the land with all the aquifers, and they were buying all this land near the world's largest sources of natural water, like the Great Lakes? What if, in the future, they're trying to force people to be able to pay per shower or pay per glass of water that they drink? And what if it wasn't just unlimited access to the water, where they just send you a bill for what you used, but what if it was the opposite? What if you had to prepay for water and you had to pay by the gallon? After they've already financially bankrupted so many people, how would people afford a shower? What if this is their true plan? And for once in our lives as a global community, we had to get ahead of this instead of behind on it and wait for the bad to happen. What if we could just get ahead of it and prevent it from the very beginning? What if?
Hey, it's a lot of what ifs, right? What if we didn't have the system, man? Things would be looking a lot better. What if we did come together?
Why did this guy make this such a big deal?
Several ABC Digital wanted to give you the opportunity to swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon. Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
Gentlemen. Mr. Cybro.
Yes? If you really walked on the moon, why would you not do that? So why don't you just put the end to the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Cybro, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Really? Well, no, it's a real Bible. You have the opportunity to have $5,000.
The meeting is not open.
Well, you have $5,000 cash. You can give it to charity if you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Please
I have
give
a
it to
tape.
charity. It'd be fine.
Why don't you swear to? Why not? Why won't you do it? So why don't you put your hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
Mr. Cybro has made a fool of himself in front of the world. Mr. Cybro, you do not deserve answers.
Comment this below if you want the information they don't want you to know.
Yo, just put your hand on the Bible, man. If you're not lying about nothing.
They discovered a frozen city the size of New York, hidden behind the ice wall, completely untouched and eerily silent. Watch this. If it's been there this whole time, who built it? And why was it kept secret? Because they discovered a frozen city.
I have never seen something like this before. I'm about to show you. I'm at DFW Airport, and in the restrooms all over the airport here, they have red lights for stalls that are busy and green lights who are available. You know, I guess I've seen them in parking lots before, but you know, seems kind of cool. Whatever. I go in there, and then I wonder how many people read this little sign that's on the back of the door. It's like electronic genital verification or something. If you want to read the whole thing, it's going to be on here, and I'll let you read it. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, I got to be honest with you. And I really don't think it's that solid. Just saying, not solid.
This is in Dallas, Fort Worth. Yeah, this is in Dallas. I don't know if I've seen this.
Y'all, I bet you won't want to eat no more chicken after you watch this video. While everyone was panicking about that KFC commercial, no one wants to talk about the one thing that brings everyone together. Who doesn't love a bucket of fried chicken? Well, I'll tell you I don't, and here's why. Because the history of eating chicken itself is way more demonic than that commercial ever was. That was just the tip of the iceberg. You see, the biggest lie that we've been taught overall is that this right here is what a plate of soul food looks like. First of all, there's no soul in this food, and I don't care how good you season it. I'm not finna eat that shit because you don't know your history, but I do. Soul food is slave food. You see, back in the day, slave owners would go out and ration whatever meat that they didn't had after they took their take on it and gave it to their slaves, just enough to keep them alive so they can, you know, treat them like cattle. But the whole time, these meat portions wouldn't even necessarily be 100% animal cattle. They would be different types of meats that could range anywhere from human flesh of a dead slave carcass or a dead animal that they cut up like the pig's feet that they didn't want to feed it to the slaves. So if you put two and two together, KFC's commercial ad actually makes a lot of sense as to if you feed the people chicken that's actually humans, their souls will be fried. Hey, I'm just a messenger. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section though, fam. Y'all are
People still gonna go get their KFC, they Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's. Still gonna go get it.
Placing your hands together completes the electrical circuit
Somebody
of your
probably
body.
doing it
Your
right
hands
now.
are manifestations of your brain hemispheres. The left hand is the right brain, the creative one. The right hand is the left brain, the logical one. Tate uses these mudras as a technique to merge the brain hemispheres, to merge logic with creativity. Most people are trapped in their logical mind because society programs you that way. You're taught to use your right hand in writing to strengthen the left hemisphere, trapping you in logic, dulling creativity. Christianity, nuns are forced to write with their right hand to strengthen the left hemisphere. Hence why it's called writing. Sounds like the right, because they need you using the right side of your body to keep you in logic. Look at prayer. We place our hands together in prayer. This stems from an ancient form of meditation of placing the hands together to sync the brain hemispheres, to unlock consciousness. Because when the brain hemispheres work as one electrical system, consciousness expands. The mind becomes unified. Join my Telegram in the bio. Placing your hands together.
You got a Telegram?
Females are magnetic, they attract. Males are electric, they are the action taker. Everything is electromagnetic. Trees resemble brains. Their branches mirror electricity, which looks exactly like your nervous system because you are an electric technological being. The same fractal patterns appear on leaves, rivers, lightning. The sun gives life to the earth. Your soul gives life to your body. The sun is the universal soul. The day is life, the night is death. When you sleep, you enter your spirit, astral body, death. When you are awake, you enter your material body, life. Death is just a greater version of sleep. That's why we say sleep is the cousin of death. You are the universe in miniature, a fragment of God. Females are
Y'all, something massive just happened on the earth, y'all. And just to prove it, look at the skies of Norway, y'all. Look at this. Look at these insane auroras just lighting up the sky of Norway, y'all. Also, when I looked at the video, I peeped this thing over here in the skies. And when I zoomed into it, it looked like this, y'all. It looked like somebody literally cut a piece of the sky open. Y'all see that? It looks like a smoke ring as well, but it looks like somebody just cut a piece of the cloud out or the sky out. Check this out from Disney World. Y'all see this? These are not just a byproduct of solar storms. Something deeper is happening here. Y'all see, look at the colors. Look. Y'all see that? It's flashing. And then y'all remember this portal that opened up all over the UK? Do y'all believe this has something to do with this? We've all seen some amazing videos of the Aurora Borealis, but nothing like this, y'all. This is breathtaking. This is literally Lisa Frank. When you think of Lisa Frank, you literally see this. The Hopi, the Norse, the indigenous tribes all across the world, they knew these lights were sacred. They knew when the sky danced, they understood that change was coming. And there's a great shift that's happening right now, right underneath our foot, y'all. And I believe sooner or later, everyone's going to see this around the world, y'all. The shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's go.
That is beautiful seeing stuff like that, right?
Hey, y'all, just a heads up. The entire East Coast is about to get rocked by some serious storms right now. I'm talking about tornadoes, destructive wind, possible flooding, and hell at that, y'all. All the way up from New York down to New Orleans and also northern parts of Florida. This whole mass of area over here, you guys can clearly see it's like all red. There's like no yellow, no green whatsoever. So everybody over here is under some severe tornado warnings. Now you guys know as of late the weather has been very unpredictable, and now over here you have multiple storm systems meeting and colliding to create the perfect storm situation to make calamity arise. Y'all remember the video I told you guys that they said Hurricane Alley was expanding?
The most likely place in the world for a tornado is right here in Tornado Alley. In fact, look at the 1950s. You can see a clear line right through the center of the country. But if you fast forward to the 2010s, tornadoes don't necessarily stay in their alley.
And they have no idea as to why this big change has occurred. But again, we're going through a shift. These storm systems are moving fast, and tornadoes come formed with little to no warning whatsoever. So y'all be safe out there, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos, y'all. Let's get the shift. Peace out.
Is reincarnation real? Yes. Do we have to reincarnate after we pass away? No. So reincarnation is a choice? Yes, thank you. If we reincarnate, is it always into a human being's body again? No, thank you. So we can reincarnate into something other than a human being? Yes, thank you. Can we reincarnate into animals? Yes, thank you. Can we reincarnate into plants or trees? Yes, thank you. Is there status when it comes to reincarnation? Yes, thank you. So do we get to choose at any point what we reincarnate into? Yes. Is that after we've reincarnated a certain amount of times? Yes, thank you. Is reincarnation...
That's interesting. Imagine being an object. Coming back as a tree. That's interesting. That's cool. What would y'all want to reincarnate if you came back and you reincarnated? What would you want to reincarnate as? I say, for me, I say a bird. Because they can fly, you know. So if this system's still going on, you feel me? Let me be a bird. Just let me fly everywhere. You feel me?
Dealing with the harsh reality that a heightened level of one's consciousness often leads to increased levels of isolation. And it's not that the emotionally intelligent or those who we would deem to be spiritually aware desire aloneness, because most of us don't. It's just the unfortunate result of an unwillingness to regress to a lower state or a lessened moral behavior for the sake of fellowship. In other words, I'm not about to act a fool, put up with abuse, endure what I don't enjoy, or do something out of character just to say I'm not alone. With a greater understanding of one's individual value comes a lesser tolerance for being devalued, unappreciated, undervalued, or disrespected. Those who improve themselves remove themselves from any environment that doesn't appreciate their presence. Because it takes so much work to get to a place of esteem and confidence to whereas you see yourself as valuable. So when you sense any regression around you, you want no part of that. It's the simplicity of the realization that the more I love God, the more I love myself. The more I love myself, the more I love others. But if I devalue myself, then my treatment toward others will become questionable. So I have to guard how I value myself. When your thinking elevates to that level, you then realize that the reciprocation for poor treatment is not poor treatment. The reciprocation for poor treatment is absence. Imbalance leads to collapse, and that which is uneven can never be equal. So why give ample energy to someone who's only offering minimal effort to you? Proximity, protection, and emotional boundaries are just a part of being relationally intelligent. You're doing it for your own betterment so that you can not only love you, but you can efficiently. I am dealing with the harsh reality that a heightened level.
So what is the Elohim, right? A whole brain thinker, right? Is when you use the reptilian part of the brain and the mammalian part of the brain, right? The reptilian part of the brain is mostly for like animal drive. That's the one that keep you alive, like human nature, your lower nature, survival, right? That's your survival instincts, which is the reptilian brain. That's what they want to trap you in, right? That's why you competitive against other people. That's ego. That's why you feel like you got somewhere to go. It's really nowhere to go, nothing to do, but it's always something to be, right? So when you take the mammalian part of the brain, right, you override the reptilian and you become a mammal. You become, you feel me? Yo, everybody got to eat. Everybody got to survive. You start thinking different. But when you use all parts of the brain, the reptilian and the mammalian, right? You become a whole brain thinker, Elohim. You start using your brain. You become like the woman from Limitless, right? When you use 90% of your brain, right? That's when you become a whole brain thinker. You start using all aspects of your mind, your brain, and you see the capabilities that it has, all the powers, all the hidden potential that you have that they didn't tell you about, because they said we only use 10% when you use more than that, and you can use more than that. This is why they want to attack you during in the school during the 7 years, the blocky imagination, right? So a whole brain thinker using the reptilian part and the mammalian part. So if y'all research and look up everything that I just said in this, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been trying to achieve. You've been trying to achieve your full potential, tapping into the potential that's within you. And in the mental plane, that's using all aspects of your brain, which is the reptilian and the mammalian, using them to work together to get the God mind, right? The God mind, the mind of the universe, the mind of God, the Elohim mind.
If you think you're under spiritual attack, you need to hear this.
Stop. If you think you're under spiritual attack, you may be, and I can tell you how to find out. I get this question often. People want to know if they're under spiritual attack. There's a very easy way to find out. You fall into one of two categories. If you are not a Christian, no, you're probably not under spiritual attack. If you are a Christian or someone who is God curious about Jesus Christ, you probably are under attack. What most people don't realize is if you are not a Christian, if you're just a person who doesn't believe in God or doesn't follow Jesus Christ, Satan and his minions, demons, they will not waste their time with you. They've already got you. But if you are, in fact, a Christian and you follow Jesus Christ or you're curious,
I just found out that cats see humans as cats. So cats think that humans are really big cats, just like them. And when you leave the house in the morning to go to school or work, cats think that you're going out to go hunting. And if you come home with like grocery bags or like your book bag, they think you've had a successful day hunting. But if you come home later than your usual time, your cat get anxiety because they like, yo, we done lost our cat out there hunting. I just found out that cats...
Snacks and drinks that disappeared off shelves. Stride gum. Dark Side Skittles.
I don't remember those.
Pop-Tarts Blue Raspberry.
Dang.
Cheetos Twisted Puffs.
I don't remember that either.
Shark Bites.
Shark Bites.
Hubba Bubba Ouch Gum.
Nope, I don't remember that.
Skittles Lime.
I remember those.
Chips Ahoy. Cookie Bars.
Don't remember that.
Waffle Sticks.
Don't remember that. They had waffle sticks.
Toaster Swirls.
Oh, I remember those.
Pringles Prints.
Don't remember that.
Reese Swoops.
No.
Sprite Remix. Dizzy Grizzlies. Snacks and drinks that disappeared off.
How many of y'all remember these snacks? Let me know in the comments. I know some of y'all remember them snacks. There's some snacks on that y'all know about. Because I have them, I didn't know. I ain't know.
Unexplainable food appears in Phuket, Thailand beach resort before the 7.7 magnitude earthquake arrived.
Is that a giant feet?
People who were staying in the hotel, looking at the balcony, notice this. Now, could this be the sign of what happened on Friday? Here it comes. Unexplainable food appears.
What? I need to find the original video, bro. This is crazy.
What in the Bigfoot is going on here, people? This is a different kind of Bigfoot. This
video right here is amazing. Of that earthquake that happened in Bangkok. I did mention this in a dream, and that I saw the creator, and he said that he was going to do a shakeup. And as you can see in this video, you see that big footprint. Creator said he was mad, and he did a shakeup. and there's still these volcanoes that are about to go.
Mm.
These are tough times we're in right now, and we have to change our ways. And this video right here is proof that the Creator stepped in the ocean, you know, and that heavy and shook up everything. You know, there's more destruction coming. We got to change, and we have to believe in him. He's real, guys.
What in the Bigfoot is going on here, people?
Okay, I get it. People can believe whatever they want to believe, but I like that the sky god, bro. It's way deeper than that. That's just how I feel. Okay, it's way deeper than that, man. It's not just a sky god. It's just I know it's not that simple. It's way deeper than that. It's way complex than what we think.
I usually talk about some pretty scary stuff, but this is next level. A giant footprint was just discovered in the Thailand ocean, and no one, not even scientists, can explain it. Some say it's Bigfoot, others think it's an ancient species hidden beneath the waves, but here's the scariest part. Just days after the discovery, an earthquake hit Thailand right near the site. Coincidence? I don't think so, but let's get into the mystery of the giant foot in Thailand. Yo, a group of divers exploring off the coast of Thailand found something massive, a footprint over 3 meters or 10 feet long, perfectly shaped and embedded in the ocean floor. At first, experts thought it could be erosion, but then things got even weirder. Locals believe the foot in Thailand's ocean is proof of a giant humanoid species, one that's been hiding for centuries, and just days after the discovery, a huge earthquake hit Thailand, shaking the entire region. People are convinced the two events are connected. Legends from this area speak of giant beings that once walked the land only to disappear into the sea, never to be seen again, but now something might be waking up. Here's where it gets terrifying. Divers reported seeing multiple footprints, meaning something had been walking down there, and then they saw a massive shadow moving beneath them. They still don't know what it was. Fishermen in Thailand recently reported seeing a large hairy creature emerging from the ocean at night. Some believe this is proof that Bigfoot exists, but what if it never lived in the forest? What if Bigfoot has been in the ocean this entire time? And even crazier, some researchers believe the earthquake in Thailand may have disturbed whatever left that footprint, meaning it could still be alive down there. What do you think? Is this the first real proof of a giant foot in Thailand's ocean? Is this Bigfoot or something even scarier? Yo, if you made it to the end, drop a double eye emoji down in the comment section. And if you
Wait. What is going on? Why is his shirt messed up like this? Dang, man. Y'all go drop him a follow, man. Hood Tales 2. No, Hood Tales Z. My bad. Go drop him a follow. Hood Tales Z. He played too much, man. Ain't no way. So you mean to tell me that's the only shirt you got? Like, come on, man. Stop. He plays too much, man. That's cool though. I get it. Hey, the bills got to get paid somehow. So
I don't find it weird after everybody been praising Thailand and how beautiful it is, how it costs of living, all of that, right? They have an earthquake.
right, the cost of living is cheaper over there too. So he on to something. He on to something.
Right after they found the pyramid underground, Thailand, earthquake, people seeing aliens in water, underground. There's something going on. Something going on. And what's even crazy, we didn't hear anything about it until we heard it on social media. Like, what is our news doing? How did we not hear about this until social media told us?
Is that sexy red? Is that sexy red?
Do you think British authors nailed Yeah, they do. I mean, they name more posh.
Could you give us a posh name? That was so. Do you think we're
Why is it astronauts always do this symbolism? These are the only 3 monkey emojis. It symbolizes speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. Have you ever seen something horrible and it makes you shiver? Light is information. It enters the brain through the retinas of your eyes. This information affects your whole nervous system. Everything you see, touch, taste, hear and smell positively or negatively affects your nervous system and contributes towards shaping and molding your mind. And your mind shapes your reality. Astronauts do this because they're Freemasons and they know everything that enters them is shaping them in some form. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, people. Why is it astronauts always...
Before, I'm going to say it again. These 5G towers, they're not for internet and phone service. That's all a scam and a lie and a cover story for the Project Bluebeam technology, for the microwave weapon that it was designed to be, to zap you with frequencies and mess with your sleep and your health. This is not conspiracy theory. And by the way, those of you that want to throw out the word conspiracy theory, that immediately tells me how ignorant and asleep you are. You don't even know what that term, where it came from or why they use it. It's simply to discredit whistleblowers, people telling the truth. So when you throw that term around, you just show that you're asleep and a sheep. That's it. So I'm going to show you this video because a lot of these are starting to come out now. These companies and these small mom and pop shops that fix your cell phones on a daily basis. When you take them in, they're broken or they need repairs or a new screen. These people that own these repair shops are now making videos about what they're finding when they take your phone apart. There is no 5G chip in these phones. They're not only charging you more money for the phones and making a huge profit, but it's not even got the 5G in it. That's why your service still sucks. After all these billions of dollars spent on marketing about the blazing fast speeds you're going to have. Check out the video.
I have 2 5G phones in front of me. Right there is where the 5G chip is supposed to be. And right there is where the 5G chip is supposed to be. And again, I fix phones every day, so you can take this from a reliable source. There's not a single phone in Canada that supports 5G. There's not a single carrier in Canada.
I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. These 5G...
Just out here finessing people. Finesse, la.
Look at their rockets. This is how they claim they get into outer space, is these rockets. Their rockets never go straight up. Every single rocket launch from a government space agency, you'll notice, follows a parabolic curve. It goes up, it reaches a peak, but what they do is as the rocket starts coming back down, they make sure that it goes down over the ocean, out of the way of any curious observers. Anyone can see it coming back down to Earth, asks, hey, how come the rocket's not going up anymore? Well, it's going around the curvature of the Earth, is what they tell us. So every single rocket, the reason that it follows a parabolic curve, they say, is because it's going around the curvature of the Earth. The real reason is they can't get up any higher than that. They tell us that the Earth is a sphere. They show us pictures of a sphere, of a circle. It's a perfect circle. And then they come out and they say, well, it's actually an oblate spheroid. Oh, what's that? Well, it's a sphere that's flattened at both poles, so it's more of an oval shape. It actually bulges out south of the equator, as well as being flattened at the poles. So it's more pear-shaped.
So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator. A little chubbier. A little chubbier. Yeah. Chubby's a good word. It's like pear-shaped.
So now it's pear-shaped. So why are all of these official NASA photos and videos showing perfect spheres when it's actually an oblate spheroid or a pear-shaped spheroid? They can't get their story straight. And the reason they keep changing it is that to fit the model, they have to change the shape of the Earth. South of the equator is larger than north of the equator because lines of longitude that just extend outwards. They don't contract back. So they concede that in their pair model. They say, well, the side bulges out south of the equator. It's bigger south of the equator. Yeah, it is, because it's flat. But instead of admitting that, they just, make tweaks to their model as time goes on. They say that the ball Earth tilts back 23.5 degrees. That's another tweak they made because we can see Polaris, which is right over the North Pole, from 23.5 degrees south latitude. Shouldn't be able to see that on a ball. So they just tilt the Earth back and then okay, now you can see it. And so they come up with explanations in reverse like this. Damage control, reverse engineered explanations.
needs to be talked about more is how hard it is to get up and go to your job when you are awake. When you see through this whole system and you know how everything operates and you know why it operates and you know who benefits from the entire system, when you know all of that and you see through it, it is so difficult to get up and go to your normal routine job and pretend like everything's fine, to pay your car registration, to pay your taxes, to participate in society like a normal person without saying anything, without talking to anybody, because you're going to be labeled as crazy. It's really, really exhausting because money is printed out of thin air. And we know why wars are started. We know who benefits from them. And knowing all of that, yet we still have to wake up and pretend and go to work and clock in and do our job like we don't know this whole entire other world that is going on.
That's real. That is something else, man. Especially when you woke and you know, and then you gotta go do that. Like that lady said, what if we just, if everybody just stop. Just stop. If we was all on the same page and just said enough is enough.
This is what happens to brain cells when you learn something new. You will see this pattern everywhere in nature. It's also in our bodies. We have 5 points on the body, 5 fingers and toes for the 5 elements we're made out of, for the 5 senses. We have 7 energy centers for the 7 planets. We have 12 systems of the body, 12 cranial nerves for the 12 zodiac signs. Surely this all can't be just a coincidence. Man is truly a measure of the universe. No 2 rocks flying in space banged together and created this creation. You don't realize you are the most powerful being in this creation. Us humans are sleeping gods. We have the ability to take a non-physical thought and manifest that into a physical, tangible object. No other being inside of this creation can do such a thing. Take back your power, people.
Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Go ahead and smash that like button for those dope clips. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next upload. Peace.
Damn, goddamn. I might lean, I might fall, I might save, I might spend, I might ball. Shit, I might call, I might not, I might ghost till tomorrow. First to admit, I feel good, but I'm flawed. Work on yourself, keep your family involved. Check on your health, never stress about the loss. If you move with respect, you'll attract what you want, that's a fact.
Alright guys, this is a affiliate link to this item. It is a rechargeable portable brick. It has 2 USB ports on it. Also, it comes with a flashlight. This is also affiliate link, like I said before, and it will support me if you make a purchase on this item. So if you do call yourself a supporter of my channel, please be sure to do that. Buy this item. It's pretty cheap. I think runs from $20 to $30. Yeah, it runs for like $30. It's worth it. Okay, so if you support me, go ahead and buy this item. This is a affiliate link from Amazon. The link will be in the description. Thank you if you did buy this item.